Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you about something that I know very well, and that is doctors. I've spent half of my life, what seems like half of my life, in a doctor's office, waiting on a doctor to come see me, whatnot, whatever. And I've traveled great distances to see doctors. And I can't say it was worth my money. I can't say that they ever did anything to help me except steal my money. Now, doctors, doctors are just one thing that I can say for a fact about doctors is that doctors are extremely greedy people. They really are. They are liars. They are con artists. And they, there are rare instances where doctors have saved somebody's life. And I'm not talking about that doctor. I'm talking about the everyday doctor that you go see. My doctor, who just raised his rates from $65 for 15 to 20 minutes of his time. Now, who is he? Is he the president? Does anybody earn $85 for every 15 or 20 minutes of their time? Absolutely not. Should they? Absolutely not. Not when there are starving children and starving people out there. Nobody should be making that kind of money. And the specialists make even more than that. A specialist, you might be paying $150 to $200 for their 15 minutes of time. Now, while they make you wait in their waiting room for, I've waited longer than an hour. I've waited 2 hours for a doctor to get to me. Why aren't they paying me for my time? It's backwards. Another thing about doctors that's backwards and screwed up is the fact that they are the sole reason why we have an opiate crisis in this country. No one else on God's green earth can claim that they bought it. Yeah, they may have bought the drugs off of somebody. But thing is that somebody bought the drugs off of someone else. That a doctor prescribed the opiates for their broken ankle. So it's not rocket scientists. It's not rocket science here. One way to clean up the opiate crisis is stop making the opiates. Stop prescribing them. Stop making them. Just stop. Or is it that you can't give up your cash cow? And that goes to the doctors out there, whoever you may be. Now, the pharmaceutical companies are just as bad. They are, in the doctor's pocket and the doctor's in their pocket. And, they're just as guilty. The FDA, the government, the list goes on and on. Now, what are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about the doctors in this country nowadays? And how they're just passing out scripts. Go to the office. here you go. Here's 5 scripts for you to fill. Well, when you fill them and you start taking them, you know, you're on the hook. You're on the hook. You're on the hook to go to the pharmacy where you're paying the pharmacist out, which the doctors do get a royalty from the pharmacies. But whatever. It doesn't matter. Something needs to change. And the only way to change this is to stop the doctors. Doctors are the ones that are causing this problem. And I don't know why people are not opening their eyes to that. They're the only ones that can prescribe opiates. They're the only ones that can pass them out, the pharmacy too. So, why is this so hard? There are bigger and better things out there that are for pain, that work better, are more effective, and last longer than any drug, chemical drug that doctors give you. But we've all forgotten about that. So, look it up. There's nothing that you need that comes in a tablet that big that you cannot find in nature. Go back to basics, people. It might help you. And for God's sakes, don't pass the drugs out no more. Don't do it. Don't sell your drugs because you're making the crisis worse. And just, someone needs to do something. But nobody's going to do anything. We're just going to bitch about it, right? Well, it's time to stop bitching. It's time to get up. It's time to hold people accountable. Mainly the doctors and pharmaceutical people. And I know people are screaming at me right now. I can hear you through my screen. I know there are people out there that actually do take the opiates because they are in dire pain. I was one of them. But I'm not. I'm not anymore. So, because they make you sicker anyways. The doctors are not really healing you. They're just making you sicker. And anybody that tells me otherwise, I can give you 50,000 examples why they're not helping you. Now, why should anybody make that kind of money when there are people that are on the streets and starving? Why? Why are they so privileged? Why? Because they went to school for an extra length of time? That's not right. So, whatever. Just think about it. Think about what I've said. Doctors are nothing but glorified drug dealers. That's what they are. And I wish everybody would see them for what they truly are. You know, if I went out on the street and handed out scripts and gave people meds all day, they'd probably come and throw my ass in jail. So why aren't we throwing the doctors there? Why are we letting the doctors ruin this world by their pharmaceutical drugs? I ask you, America, please think about it. This is simple. You want to clean up the opiate crisis? Clean up the doctor problem. Stop making the opiates. I beg of you. How many people need to die before you stop? Haven't enough died already. Have a wonderfully beautiful day. Sorry about my rant. See ya. Sayonara.